There's our title slide, our disclosure slide, and Adina, whenever you're ready, I'll hand things over to you.
Hey, good morning. You can go to the next slide, Melissa. Oh, I think we're missing one. Sorry. My name's Adina. There we go. My name's Adina Luppe. I am the site administrator at the Pennsylvania CareerLink Butler County. And for the past couple months, I've also been the acting site administrator at the PA CareerLink in Armstrong County. So today, what I will be doing is discussing CareerLink services and what are available to employers of job seekers who have substance use disorder. But first of all, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, that I've been working in the employment world, working with job seekers and employers for the past 28 years. I've been involved with the PA CareerLink Butler County since the inception of PA CareerLinks back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And the agency that I worked for at that time was an operating partner of the PA CareerLink, but they weren't a mandated partner. And the reason they wanted to become a partner was because they saw the value of all these employment services coming together under one roof to serve job seekers and employers in our area. And then I was a OVR counselor, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, who is another partner of the PA CareerLink. And for about 4 years, I specialized in drug and alcohol caseload covering all of Butler County. And then I became the BWPO supervisor here at the CareerLink. And then in 2022, I became the site administrator. So that's just a little bit about me. So next slide, please. Oh, can you go back one? There we go. Sorry, my notes are a little bit out of order here. Okay, so my goal today is to provide you with an overview of services. And I don't want to get into like a timeline or a history lesson of the PA CareerLink, but I do want to let you know that the PA CareerLinks are part of the American Job Center system, which was created by the landmark legislation called the Workforce Investment Act or Workforce Investment and Opportunity Act or Innovation Act, which is WIOA, WIOA. I'm sorry, struggling this morning. And what WIOA was designed to do is to improve the workforce system to help all Americans, including youth and those who had barriers, to find family-sustaining careers, and also to help employers hire and retain skilled workers. So this was how it was done, was to have each state have a career one-stop system for their job seekers and employers and all of their employment needs. So the one-stop in PA is called the CareerLink, PA CareerLink. And there are 65 career links across the state of Pennsylvania. The majority of these sites are comprehensive sites, which means they provide the full array of employment and training services for the job seekers, the workers, the youth, and all the businesses. And then finally, the career links are overseen by workforce development areas, and there's 22 of those across the state of Pennsylvania. And like I said, I am the site administrator at the Butler County office, and we are actually part of the Tri-County Workforce Development Area, which covers Armstrong, Butler, and Indiana counties. So just as like an FYI, the other career one-stops around us, like in Ohio, they are Ohio means jobs. So that's the name of their career links. Workforce West Virginia, New Jersey is the name of the county and then the one stop. So it'd be like Cumberland County one stop. So I just wanted to tell you that because some people are like, well, I can't find a career link in Ohio. Well, it's because it's only here in Pennsylvania. So next slide, please. So welcome to the career link. This is the dashboard. If you would go to our site, www.pacareerlink.pa.gov. Even though our offices are open Monday through Friday, usually 7.5, 8 hours a day, an employer or job seeker can access our site 24 hours a day, every day of the year. So our comprehensive website contains resources for employers, job seekers, training providers, and you can go to the website to access these resources, and you can register. So just like a job seeker would register, an employer would also register. So all of our core services to our employers and job seekers are free. Our offices are self-serve for job seekers, which means they can come in to our Career Resource Center, the CRC, as we call it, and use our computers and our tablets for their job search, to apply for jobs, to create resumes. They can come to the center to copy, print, scan, fax resumes, use our other work-related materials, speak with our career advisors. They can obtain labor market information, like for their area, or if they might be moving or changing careers, we can help them with all that labor market information. And then also we do have workshops. Each career link has a different set of workshops. Some are similar, but in Butler, we have resume workshops, interview workshops. I'll get into those a little bit more because we do separate them. We have specific workshops for employers and specific workshops for job seekers. Also, I want to tell you that our Career Resource Center is staffed. So if somebody's having trouble with, registering or creating a resume online and typing that type of stuff, how to word it, they can work with our career advisors. We do offer staff assistance in the Career Resource Center too. All right, next slide, please. So Nick, go ahead. We're going to talk about some of the employer services that we can offer to our customers. Next slide. So when you go to the PA CareerLink website, what you're going to see as a dashboard. Oh, can you go back one? I'm sorry, Melissa. You'll see this. And so if you're a job seeker, you'll choose individual, and an employer, you'll choose employer. Next slide. And then what you'll see is you can choose these boxes so you can search for candidates. So if you're looking for help, you can be, if you're not registered in the career link, you can become registered by clicking on that link. So anyone can go to the website and find this information before even registering. But what we're going to do is choose employer, and yep, there we go. Thank you. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the services. Again, I want to stress that all of our services are at no cost to job seekers and employers. So if an employer becomes registered on the CareerLink system, they can post job openings at no cost. They can post as many job openings as they would like. They have the option to search through the system for candidates and look at resumes. We can assist them with technical issues. Our office here in Butler, we offer monthly virtual workshops for the employers on how to use the system and navigate like the employer dashboard and create a business account. So that workshop would be great for any employer or new HR person to the business to learn how to navigate and post jobs. The one thing that employers and job seekers should know is that our employers, the employer contacts, and the job postings are vetted. So our staff take time to do the research, the verification of the employer, the job posting, and that's to avoid scams. So if you are on the PA CareerLink site searching for jobs and you see like a little Pennsylvania gold keystone symbol, that tells you that a staff person took time to vet that employer, the company, the position, and that it's not a scam. So as an employer, if you register, post a job, and it could be rejected. And if that's the case, it's because maybe an I wasn't dotted or a T wasn't crossed. And so it might get rejected, and the career advisor or whoever's on the business service team would probably have sent an email or made a call letting you know why it was rejected. So they just need some additional information or clarification if they call or email you to approve that job posting or to approve that contact. So please return the call, and if you do get a rejection, then you'll know why. But so I did want to tell you that little bit of information. Also, we can provide resources and information for employers on apprenticeships. And I just want to go back. I want to see my notes. Sorry, Melissa. Okay, so apprenticeships, which we'll get into more a little bit later on, because we have a whole apprenticeship office. And that would be a great opportunity for employers to take advantage of. And that ATO office is also within the Department of Labor and Industry. They can provide information or technical assistance to an employer every step of the way, and they'll help develop or register a new apprenticeship program. And then finally, employers can report new hires on the system. So new hire reporting is the process which employers can submit information about their new hire to and rehired workers to a state directory for cross-matching for like child support cases, locating non-custodial parents, that type of thing. So there is a direct way to do this in the PA CareerLink site. Next slide, please. Sorry about that. Some of the other services that we offer are hiring incentives. So like work opportunity tax credits, or WOTC, or WOTC as some of us call it, federal bonding, on the job training, or OJT, and also incumbent worker training. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those. Yep, that's the right. So first, work opportunity tax credit. This is a federal tax credit available to employers who are hiring individuals from certain target groups who have barriers to employment. So the tax credit can be 25 to 40% of a new employee's wages. So depending on whatever target group that they may be in. So even qualified tax exempt organizations can be eligible to claim a tax credit, but only for the target group of veteran new hires. Next slide, please. So the other target groups for the tax credit And employers should be looking for this when they hire somebody. They should look for it if they want to take advantage of those tax credits. But those are people who are receiving temporary assistance for needy families, TANF, or the nutrition assistance program, supplemental nutrition assistance program, SNAP, the summer youth. If they're a designated community resident, which means that they're an individual who's at least 18 years old, but yet not the age of 40, and they live in a certain area, and that's not, there's nothing, that area, that designated area is an empowerment or rural zone or rural renewal county. And those are in Philadelphia and Venango and Warren counties. Sorry about that. Some additional target groups are those who are involved with vocational rehabilitation. So OVR, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, or even veteran affairs. So if they're involved with voc rehab at their VA. Those who were formerly incarcerated and convicted of a felony under any federal or state statute. They would also qualify. Let's see, individuals who receive SSI, long-term unemployed recipients, and of course, like I said before, various veteran target groups. So there are about 5 different groups, such as veterans or family members of veterans, like who are receiving SNAP benefits, or unemployed veteran for 6 months or more. So definitely, even if it's a family member of a veteran, you want to look into that. And the only note that I should say regarding getting the tax credit is that the paperwork or the form must be submitted electronically within 28 calendar days from the employee's start date. So as you can see, substance use disorder is not specifically a target group for a work opportunity tax credit, but often someone with substance use disorder will have some of these barriers that will make them eligible for that tax credit, such as maybe being incarcerated or being long-term employed, uh, living in a specific area, or being involved with OVR. So they probably are a member of this target group that employers are going to want to check out and see if they would be eligible. Next one is the federal bonding program. This is another incentive for employers to hire at-risk or hard-to-place job seekers. So if the employer considers someone to be at risk, like a job seeker who was maybe an ex-offender or someone who filed for bankruptcy, even someone who is in recovery or who was dishonorably charged from the military, they can apply for this bond. The only program restrictions to this bond is that the employee is legal working age, and that they must have more than 6 months on the job, and self-employment is not eligible. Or I should say that the job must last more than 6 months, meaning like it's not just a temporary job. Sorry about that. There's no paperwork, it's just a phone call. And so they can also request an online form, but there's no cost to either party, no deductible. And if they call, and once you hang up, the bond is issued immediately. And so it's a $5,000 bond for 6 months. Next slide, please. On the job training, or OJT. The purpose of this program is to help employers offset the costs of onboarding and training a new employee. So employer costs are reimbursed at the beginning rate of 50% of the hourly wage paid to a new employee. So reimbursements, they can start at $5.44 an hour based on 1088 an hour. So the nice thing about this is that you can refer a candidate to us also. So if you're hiring someone and feel like, oh, this might be a great OJT opportunity for this employee, you might want to call us and refer them to us so that we can start this OJT program and they can be trained and work for you. So this is like a earn and learn type program. Let's see, anything else? So employers, like I said, can refer participants who are collecting unemployment compensation, or who have exhausted their claim, remaining in the program or remaining unemployed can be part of the OJT program. And throughout the process, the CareerLink Career Advisor will work with the employer and the the new employee to include the OJT contract, do the creation. The only thing is this has to be completed prior to the employee starting work. So if you know you want to take advantage of this and you know you might be hiring somebody, it usually takes about 1 to 2 weeks to ensure that the proper paperwork is done and the employer and the new hire have everything completed to start. Okay. And then finally, there's incumbent worker training. Sorry, next slide, Melissa.
No problem. I just want to let you know, Adina, we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Thanks.
And the purpose of incumbent worker training, this is to provide employers who have current employees to get them trained to meet the needs of the employer. So, you know, the working world's always changing, and so we have to retain a skilled workforce. And, you know, to do that, we don't want to lay off employees. We want to increase the competitiveness of their business, the employer's business. So this type of training may include like upskilling of an employer's current workforce to lead to additional opportunities. The only thing is that this must lead to an in-demand occupation as determined by the local workforce area or delivery system. So if an employer was looking for this type of service, we'd want to refer them to the workforce development board to work with them in the area. And like I said, here in Tri-County, our workforce development area is the Tri-County Workforce Development Board. Okay, and the final thing I want to talk about is industry partnerships. Kind of falls in this area. Some areas have different industry partnerships like healthcare, manufacturing, IT, agricultural, and we are partners or members of these consortiums. And I would suggest that employers get in touch with their local career link or area to join these industries, because it's through training and networking and recruitment and collaboration that we can raise awareness to schools and partnerships of these partnerships out there, and to help identify the workforce, their education and training, economic development. So I just wanted to put that out there because, for example, we're a member of the Manufacturing Consortium, and there's a manufacturing day coming up in the high schools for students to learn what some of these manufacturers do in our area. We're part of a healthcare consortium, and this year we partnered to have our job fairs together, and we did it collaboratively at the college, and so that we were splitting the costs, we were splitting the work, but we were all profiting in our own way. So I just wanted to put that in there too. But Does anybody have any questions? All right. That's all I have, Melissa. Thank